What's shaking, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Gardner Oat, founder and CEO of GEMS Intercontinental, an abbreviation for Gardner's English Mastery School Intercontinental, where we speak English the practical and conversational way. I am back again with another exciting episode on everyday conversations, and to be very specific, today we'll be taking a look at phrases to start a casual conversation at a party or an event. So without wasting time, let's dive in. This place is lovely. Have you been here before? According to conversation starter guides, commenting on the surroundings is a safe way to launch a talk, wherever you are. And you actually get to use this particular conversation early, this particular phrase early in the conversation, especially when the location or setting is very interesting or new. Make sure to say it in a cordial tone, and actually use gestures. Look around, possibly lean slightly into the conversation. Let's get to the next phrase. Hi there, I don't think we've met before. Or rather, hi there, I don't think we've met yet. I am Gardner, my name is Gardner Oat. This particular phrase sets a polite foundation and invites the other person to share their name, and you use it at the beginning of the event or when you join a group and spot someone you haven't met. Definitely you don't want to be in somebody's space, a stranger's space that you don't even know, So the first thing you need to do is to actually introduce yourself. Make sure you use a friendly tone, smile, and make eye contact. You can actually even get to extend your hand, and clearly state your name. Let's get to the next phrase. I don't think I've seen you around here before. Do you often come to events like this? Now, touching on shared context, when I am talking about shared context, I'm referring to, the type of events, helps to build a rapport, and, asking about habits invites them to tell their story, and definitely it gives them a chance to share deeper, and you use this particular phrase when you sense the person may be new to the venue, new to the group, or even new to this particular type of event. Now, you need to say it using a courteous, curious tone, avoid sounding interrogative. Let's get to the next phrase. I love your outfit. Where did you find it? Now, 9 out of 10 times, I can guarantee you, compliments are well-known conversation openers, especially when you follow them with a question, or rather when followed by a question, so you use them early in the conversation when you notice something standing out about their attire or accessory, but make sure to use a genuine, friendly tone. Look at the item while speaking to show that you're referencing to it. Try it out. Let's get to the next phrase. I saw you over on the dance floor. So what's been your highlight so far? This particular phrase shows that you have noticed them, number one, and it gets to increase the connection, and it actually also gets to invite them to talk about their experience so far at the event or at the party, Now, you say it when you have observed them doing something at the event, It could be dancing, it could be mingling, and you are actually trying to join them. Now, you make sure that you get to use a friendly, easygoing tone, and you mention what you noticed, or rather what you saw, Be very specific, Nice. Let's get to the next phrase. What brought you to this event tonight? Asking what brought you gives the other person space to talk about motivation, which also invites storytelling. 9 out of 10 times they'll be like, I was just hanging out, or a friend of mine bought extra tickets, and definitely I was down for it. Try it out. I'm sure they will, of course, come along in a good way. You need to say this particular phrase early in the conversation with someone you've just met at the event, and make sure to use a warm tone, a light smile, and a slight tilt of the head. Use the event name to refer to, tonight, to actually anchor it. So what brought you to Soul Festival? What brought you to, the climate conference. Okay, be very specific to anchor it. Definitely. Let's get to the next phrase. Is this place your usual kind of vibe, or did you decide to come out tonight for something new? I mean, asking about their habits or preferences helps you to learn more about the person and actually opens a deeper conversation. Definitely, they'll give you a whole new side of them. They'll expose you to a whole new side of them that you've never seen. So you actually say this particular phrase mid-conversation after initial greetings once you have broken the ice. So make sure that you say it in a conversational, slightly curious tone and have an open posture. You should be welcoming, and also just to make them to ease into the conversation and share more about themselves. Let's get to the next phrase. If you weren't at this event tonight, what would you be doing instead? Now, this is very hypothetical, okay? It's a hypothetical question, and hypothetical prompts invite creativity and deeper sharing. Definitely, they wouldn't want to bore you with, the answer that they will give for this particular question. So they will have to be creative, and give you more info, or rather more insight about the same. So you say it, or rather you use this conversation when the conversation is flowing. You use this phrase when the conversation is flowing, and you want to add a fun twist or light contrast. Alright? Use a playful tone, slight smile, and you can actually maybe raise your eyebrows for that effect. Well, let's get to the next phrase. What's something you have done recently that you really enjoyed? Now, this gives the other person a chance to do what we call positive reflection, and positive reflection questions help to build emotional connection, number one, and reveal personal stories. Okay, now you use this particular phrase when you want to move from surface talk into a moment of sharing and deeper connection. Make sure you use a friendly, sincere tone, and you maintain eye contact always. And of course, allow a short pause to give them space to reflect. Nice. Let's get to the last phrase. Do you know many people here, or are you flying solo tonight? This particular phrase acknowledges social comfort level and offers possibility of support or introduction. Now, here is why. Definitely, if they came along with many people, all right, or rather if they came along with people, then it actually gives you a chance, or rather there's a possibility of them introducing you to the people that they came with, all right, and that actually grows the social circle and also gives you, or rather it grows the conversation deeper and deeper. Okay, now you say this early in the conversation, especially if someone looks like they might be alone or you suspect they might appreciate company. All right, definitely if they are alone, they might really make good use of your company. So make good use of this particular phrase over here, and make sure that you use a warm, caring tone that shows openness to connect. Well, up to that point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from wherever you're watching us in all the corners of this earth, this is GEMS Intercontinental, an abbreviation for Gardner's English Mastery School Intercontinental, where we learn English the practical and conversational way. So see you on the next one, and thank you for making time. Till next time, bye bye.